So, from my high school volleyball coach, Hall of Famer Helen Dooley. I was a little worried about giving this speech, and she said just speak from the heart, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. And as you heard, I come from a very sportsy family. My dad, Al Bankus, was a tremendous athlete, and in the very first group to be in this Sports Hall of Fame. My uncle Peter Bankus was a friend of sport. My grandfather was very involved. I literally grew up with it. I also was fortunate in that I came into athletics at the perfect time, the late 70s, early 80s, when all the Title IX battles had already been fought. And I'm forever grateful to all of those wonderful coaches and athletes that helped forge the way for all of us. My mom, Pat, who left this world way too early, and my dad were my biggest supporters, along with my grandparents. My parents came to every match, every game, no matter what the sport. All throughout my college career, I don't think they missed just a handful of games my entire college career. That meant so much to me then, and it still does. When I got the call from Jim Rupert, I happened to be at the airport with my husband, Bob. I had just set off the metal detectors, knee replacement. Thanks, Dr. Nye. But when I got that call from Jim, my first call was to my dad. Thanks, Dad, for all you've done for me. I'd like to thank all my friends in Cyclone Nation, and a big thank you to my great friend and cousin, Betsy Wisnowski-Urbans, who insisted that I try out for the volleyball team and dragged me out of my house, really, to go to that very first tryout. A huge thank you to all my teammates. Volleyball is a true team sport. You're only as good as the people surrounding you. And I really have some of the best, many of whom should be in this Hall of Fame. It may sound cliche, but there really was no I in our teams. Each player stood out, and boy, did we have some extraordinary players. They were wonderful athletes, but even more so, wonderful friends, and I cherish those times and those friendships. A huge thank you to Mrs. Helen Dooley, my volleyball coach. She welcomed me to the team as a freshman, even though I'd never played volleyball before, and she challenged our teams both mentally and physically to help prepare us for the road ahead. She really helped pave the way for the road that was going to be the rest of my life, and thank you very much. Also, a big thank you to Sister Diana, who was a mainstay at all of our high school events, and who helped build Sacred Heart Athletics. We sure had a lot of fun, didn't we, Sister? I was blessed to have the opportunity to play volleyball for the University of Missouri. I had two fantastic coaches, Mike English and Phil Shoemaker, who were just terrific coaches. I learned so much from them, so much more than volleyball, and I'll always be grateful to them. I had wonderful teammates, all-star athletes, and our 1982 season stands out as truly magical, one for the record books. I'll never forget my years at Mizzou. I'd like to thank my coworkers at the Illinois Bankers Association, and my stepmom, Diane, my wonderful husband, Bob. Happy birthday, sweetheart. And my children, Allison and Will, who are great athletes in their own rights, but more importantly, wonderful people. And I hope they know how very proud I am of them. A big thank you to the selection committee and everyone involved with the Hall of Fame. And wonderful thank you to all of the athletes that are inductees today. I cannot believe that I'm sharing this stage with the great Darryl Strawberry and all of these amazing athletes. Sports has been a huge part of my life, and I really would have it no other way. This is really an honor. Thank you very much.